What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to be giving you the top 10 close range loadouts you can be using right now in Warzone 3. Today, we are going to include the shotguns. Sorry about it, but they are good, and unfortunately, they are in the close range meta. Plus, we'll include a bonus loadout for you, as we always do. These are going to be in no particular order, and I always recommend use what's most comfortable to you, because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to push your enemies, and if you're not going to push your enemies, you're not going to get more kills and get better. Let's get into it. For this first set of loadouts, we're going to go with the Haymaker shotgun along with the MCW, but as an SMG. The MCW has a conversion kit on it called the Jack Raven conversion kit, which turns it into an SMG. So we're gonna give you a loadout for that today. For this Haymaker, we're gonna go with the Bryson improved choke muzzle, the Imperator long barrel, the Bruin Bastion angled grip. This is the best underbarrel for any kind of hipfire in MW3 or Warzone 3. Go with the Dragon Breath rounds here, and then the 20 round drum. For that MCW, you want to go with the Chimera silent shot integral barrel. This will actually take up a muzzle spot, so it'll actually give you another attachment spot. Then we're going to go with the DR6 hand stop underbarrel, the 40 round mag. And before you select that 40 round mag, you want to go with the Jack Raven kit conversion kit, then go with that 40 round mag, and then the A90 Venom stock. This thing is so quick and so fun to use. A lot of fun to run, especially with something like an AR. You can run a double AR here. It's got a lot of damage, and as you can see, it's real quick. For this next set of loadouts, we're going to go with the Lockwood 680 shotgun. This is a 2-shot shotgun for all you guys who run shotguns out there. And then we're going to go with the Meta Core 45 pistol. You've seen this in my loadout videos before, but again, this is close range meta, so it is definitely in the close range meta because the TTK is insane on that pistol. So for that Lockwood 680, you want to go with the Lockwood Defender heavy long barrel, the Dragon Breath rounds again, the Hipshot L20 laser. If you don't want to go with the laser, put the Bastion underbarrel on it again, but I recommend going with the Hipshot laser there, the sawed off mod for the stock, and the express light bolt here for that rechambering speed. So faster fire rate, get those 2 shots out quicker and hit your shots quicker, along with downing the enemy quicker, have that TTK go up. Then for that pistol, we're going to go with the Bruin Triport muzzle, the slate reflector sight, the XRK dynamic precision stock, the 40 round drum, and the XRK IPv2 conversion kit. This is what makes it so good. And remember, if you haven't been here before and you haven't seen this yet, hold down. It shoots when you pull up as well. So you just sit there, spam it as fast as you can. TTK is kind of insane, probably better than any SMG. For this next set of loadouts, we're going to go with the Riveter shotgun. And then for a bonus loadout for you, I used the Vel 46 this week, and I had an absolute blast with it. I'm also going to give you a primary to run with this Vel 46, and we're going to show you some gameplay of it as well. Loved running this loadout. Absolute blast to use. Really refreshing to go use as well, especially since it's a Modern Warfare 2 weapon. But had a lot of fun with that this week. Very refreshing, getting away from the normal close range meta that we've been running a lot the past couple of weeks. Kind of monotonous. You know, the AMR9 coming in as the top option, and then the HRM9, and you know, we've been running that over and over and over again. And so I wanted to switch up to something, and thank goodness I found this Vel 46, or the MP7 as some of you may know it. It was a lot of fun to run, so I'm excited to use that and show you some gameplay of that today as well, along with the primary I'm going to show you here in a little bit. So for that Riveter, we're going to go with the SA Draven 20 long barrel, the Bruin Bastion angled grip, the incendiary rounds, the 30 round mag, and the demo D50 buffer tube stock. And this thing is good. The Riveter's crazy. The thing about the Riveter and these shotguns in general, but especially this one, is you're not going to be able to see what you shoot. So, and again, the firing range is not a great place to show you how this thing works, but yeah, anyway, enjoy that. And then for the Vel 46, we're going with the Jack BFB muzzle, the Lock DX 203mm barrel, the DR6 hand stop underbarrel, the 50 round mag, and the Vel A 568 collapsed stock. For the next set of loadouts, we're going to go with the Striker and the WSP Swarm. The WSP Swarm is still very usable under 6 meters, like in a stairwell, those kinds of things. It's still very, very good. And the Striker just doesn't move. One of the least amount of recoils SMGs out there. Striker's a lot of fun to run as well. For that Striker, you want to go with the Hammers Mod Suppressor S muzzle, the DR6 hand stop underbarrel, the 48 round mag, the Slate Reflector sight, and the Lockman MK2 light stock. Show you how this performs in the firing range here. Again, very little recoil on the Striker and very fun to run. And then for that WSP Swarm, going with the Jack BFB muzzle. And just strictly because that Jack BFB really just hones in that recoil. This thing has a lot of recoil and shake to it, unlike the other Modern Warfare 3 SMGs out there. But and then the WSP Reckless 90 long barrel, the DR6 hand stop underbarrel, the 100 round drum, and the Slate Reflector sight. And then I'll show you how this performs in the firing range as well. Just really hones in that recoil, which is still really, really nice, and the TTK is not bad on it at all. But again, right here is probably your main, this is kind of where you want to use it. Still, TTK is a little long on it, but again, this is 10 meters right here, as you can see the 10 on there. So around right here is where is your kind of primary spot, and even closer, kind of almost like a shotgun, but again, very solid TTK up close. Well, this next set of loadouts, we're going to go with the Striker 9 and the WSP 9. These two are fantastic to use. TTK is very solid, not super slow, not super fast, but just very, very good. The fire rate on the WSP 9 is a little slower than the Swarm, but it hits way harder now, which is so nice. For that Striker 9, we're going to go with the Jack BFB muzzle, the DR6 hand stop underbarrel, 50 round drum, the Slate Reflector sight, and the Lockman MK2 light stock. I'll show you this, guys, in the firing range. A lot of fun to run. This one has even less recoil than that Striker. Just very, very good to run. And for that WSP 9, we're going to go with the WSP Infiltrator integrated barrel. This will again give you an extra attachment slot to run the DR6 hand stop underbarrel. For that extra attachment slot, we're going to use the high grain rounds along with a 40 round mag, and you can either use an optic, but I like using the stock here for the WSP Classics factory stock. Hones in that gun kick and recoil quite a bit more, but again, you can run it with a sight on it, but the Slate Reflector per se is just really, really solid as well. Not a lot of recoil with that as well. So if you have trouble using the iron sights on this, which is understandable, the Slate Reflector instead of the stock is a very solid option. For this last set of loadouts, we're going to go with the HRM9 and the AMR9. I know I said these were in no particular order, but the HRM9 and the AMR9 are both your top options when it comes to SMGs, close range meta, period, hands down. But for the HMR9, we're going to go with the Jack BFB muzzle, Princeps long barrel. Some people are going with its tac turn 7 suppressed barrel, or they're just going with no barrel at all. Completely up to you there, and just switch that out for the high grain rounds here, which ups that TTK a little bit more. Go for the DR6 hand stop underbarrel. The 50 round drum now works, so you should be able to use that. And then we're going to go with that folding stock. So remember, instead of the ammunition, if you want to go with the Princeps long barrel, completely understand that. That's going to give you that brow iron sight style, which is what I like to use. And so it's just so clean. And then for that AMR9, we're going to go with the Jack BFB muzzle, the AMR9 Commando Pro Barrel. I really am enjoying that one. The high grain rounds here, the 50 round mag, and the Slate Reflector optic. And this thing doesn't move at all. The TTK is outstanding, and it's super quick. Just a lot of fun to run, hands down. Now for 2 more bonus loadouts, this is going to be what you're going to run with that MP7 that I was talking about earlier, or any of these SMGs. These are a lot of fun to run, but these 2 are just kind of bonus loadouts for you guys to go try yourself. A lot of hype's been around the STB 556. I'm loving using it. I did a video on it earlier this week, gave you a loadout on the top 10 video we did list last week. And then one I tried live on stream that I'll give you gameplay with that MP7 today as well is the Kastov 762. I just randomly tried it while we were live here on YouTube and Twitch. If you aren't followed on Twitch, make sure you're followed over there. We'll have our first stream over there on Friday. But the Kastov 762 was surprisingly good, so we're gonna give you a loadout for that today as well. For this STB 556, I went with the Jack BFB muzzle, the FTech FB20 barrel, the Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, the 42 round mag, and use whatever sight you want, but I went with the Corio Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope at close to medium range. So like on something like Vondel, It's just so much fun to run. Then let's build out this cast off 7.62 together. So what I did in the live was went and put on the Jack BFB muzzle, this first cast 10 584mm barrel. The underbarrel I went with the Bruin heavy support grip. So this is if you struggle with horizontal side to side recoil. If you struggle with that vertical recoil more, go with the Chimera Rhine 03 vertical grip. And then I put on the 40 round mag with the Corio Eagle's Eye 2.5 times optic here. And this thing performed so surprisingly well. A lot less recoil than I thought it was going to have too, and with some mag left over as well. Again, I'll show it to you again here. Just kind of insane TTK for an MW3 weapon. A lot of fun to run. Here's some gameplay for it, and of course let me know if you enjoyed that gameplay for the MP7 as well. KVD Enforcer is really good too, you know. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video like this or like one of these. We'll see you in the next one.